We are here today to celebrate the lives of those we've lost. And we're here today to comfort, support, and build hope for those who are fighting the disease right now. I want to introduce to you a very special champion who has been speaking out about his personal battle with Alzheimer's disease. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Borgoff.
Thank you for being here today. Good morning. My name is Jeff Borgoff. I'm 52. I'm a native New Jerseyan, loving husband and father of 3 amazing young adults, and I have Alzheimer's. I mentioned my disease last because Alzheimer's does not define who I am. I am much more than my disease. I was diagnosed with a more aggressive early stage or younger onset Alzheimer's in March of this year. Within days of my diagnosis, I contacted the Alzheimer's Association and applied for and was selected to be a member of the Alzheimer's Association National Stage Advisory Group. Being an advisor allows me to use my voice to advocate for and educate others about the disease and the programs and services offered by the Alzheimer's Association. I have learned that it's extremely important for everyone to understand that Alzheimer's is not normal aging. It is not a disease that is exclusive, or normal for that matter, to your 90-year-old grandparent. When I was finally and accurately diagnosed at Columbia Medical Center Neurology, my wife and I were stunned. We had spent almost a year in and out of various hospitals and medical centers in the region with misdiagnoses. The physicians were either unwilling or untrained to venture down a path of an Alzheimer's diagnosis, especially for a man of my age. It has been reported that people as young as their late 20s have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. We need to raise the funds to support our medical and scientific community so they can work to eradicate this disease. One of the most important steps a person with Alzheimer's can take is to find and enroll for screening in a medical trial. We will never find a cure if people do not volunteer for FDA trials. I consider it an honor and a privilege to be participating myself in a trial, knowing that I'm doing everything I can do to save lives. I am fully aware of my prognosis and the significance of my early stage diagnosis, and I choose not to slip into the shadows, but to speak out against the myths and stereotypes of Alzheimer's. I choose to live with Alzheimer's, not to die from it. It is an honor for me to represent my fellow National Advisory Board members here today, and on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association, Greater New Jersey Chapter, and my family, I thank you all so much for being here today as we all join together to walk to end Alzheimer's. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Jeff, for sharing your story. What an inspiration you are to all of us. As so many of us know, Alzheimer's doesn't only affect the person with the disease. The lives of entire families can be altered with a diagnosis. And each person connected to someone with Alzheimer's has his or her own personal reasons for walking to end Alzheimer's. Susan Mangina is here today to honor the memory of her sister, Colleen Ann Coppola, who was diagnosed in 2009 with younger onset Alzheimer's disease and lost her battle just this past July at the age of 59. Colleen was an amazing sister, a loving mother to son Joseph, a wonderful aunt, an amazing teacher, and friend to so many, some of whom have traveled a distance to be here today. Susan had the privilege and honor to care for her sister throughout her disease and always felt supported along the way, especially by her daughter Grace, who stood by her during the highs and the lows. Susan knows the importance of ending this disease and is in this to fight. She is here to honor the memory of Colleen and represents all of you who are here today who have lost someone to Alzheimer's disease. Christine Hopkins stands here today to support all of you who are caring for someone with Alzheimer's disease or a related disorder. She holds the yellow flower for all of you who saw those first signs but didn't know what they were. For those who spend countless hours doing all they can until they have nothing left to give, but still find the strength to do it all over again the very next day. For those who are heartbroken to watch their loved one forget their past and lose their independence. For those who may have been hurt or will be hurt by the things their loved one may say but not mean. For those who want to better understand the disease. For those who would give anything to say to their loved one, "We found a cure. You're going to be okay." For those who can relate to these words because they are your words too. While Christine knows one day she'll be holding the purple flower for her grandmother, she stands here today to represent all of you who are caring for someone with Alzheimer's disease. And finally, Diane Palma. Diane stands here today to empower all of you to take action, to get involved, and to stand together to make a difference in the fight against Alzheimer's. Diane's company, Prager Metis, is leading the way at this year's walk. After two co-managing partners of the firm lost their fathers this year to Alzheimer's disease, they initiated a company-wide engagement throughout New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, and Los Angeles by forming teams and raising awareness with their employees. While this walk is personal to Diane, having lost two family members herself, she walks today because she knows that even those who don't have a family connection to someone affected, and reminds us that anyone with a brain is at risk, and that needs to change. Diane and her colleagues at Prager Metis are committed to raising awareness and taking action because sitting on the sidelines won't end this disease. They share our vision of a world without Alzheimer's. These four people and the symbolic flowers they hold represent the promises we have come together to fulfill. Promises to honor, to remember, to care, and to fight. These promised flowers represent the diverse reasons that we have gathered, and together they will create a colorful, dynamic, and meaningful garden. Our flowers show that we've all followed our own paths to get here this morning, but we will walk the same path together in order to remember those we've lost and help those who desperately need it. So I ask you, all of you who come here today, who are living with Alzheimer's disease, to please hold your blue flowers up now and hold it there high and keep it there. If you are walking to end Alzheimer's because you've lost someone you love to this disease, please raise your purple flower and keep it there. If you are walking to end Alzheimer's because you are supporting or caring for someone with Alzheimer's, please raise your yellow flower. And if you are walking to end Alzheimer's because you want to stop the rampant spread of this disease and help as many people as possible here in the Delaware Valley, in the state of New Jersey, and across the country, please raise your orange flower now. What an amazing sight. Many of you have come here today to share your stories, your memories, and I ask that you join me as we kick off the 2016 Bradley Beach Walk to End Alzheimer's. So I ask you, are you ready? Yes. One more time. Are you ready to start the 2016 Bradley Beach Walk to End Alzheimer's? Woo! All right, so let's do together a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.